The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.
We return to Seathwaite, where the city glitters but hides a dark and dangerous underbelly. Two brothers, Locke and Key, are tasked with an assassination that will rock the city to its core. But are these wretched villains up to the task? Seathwaite is cutthroat, cruel, and unforgiving. Can Locke and Key keep their heads when all hell breaks loose? And who is the mysterious figure known as the Weasel? And will he be friend or foe?
Hello and welcome again to another episode of the Formal Gamer podcast. You're joining us this week where the operation has begun. Locke and Key have started to infiltrate into the castle. Lance has split up from them. He has his own part of the mission that he's partaking in.
The most important part.
And so we're going to follow him. So where we left Lance, he was at the bridge facing the White Castle.
Before we start that,
Yes?
I meant to say it last episode, but I did forget. I wanted to ask Marlo what the name of the operation was.
It's the Henkel job.
Yeah, so this is Operation Henkel Job.
Yes, that's right.
Operation Henkel Job.
Yeah, that's the name. Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, fast forward. We're good to go.
Okay, wonderful. So, you're at this bridge, you were with Locke and Key, and you ran off. Are you in goblin or weasel form?
Goblin.
Goblin form.
I've had a short rest. I'm rejuvenated. Everything's good. Right.
Okay, wonderful. So you're walking forward.
Because hands up, fair enough. I can only do weasel turning twice.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's good to keep in mind. And you are walking across this bridge. You have boats going underneath you. The city is alive with buzz. You see in the main square. I guess this is the first time you've really been here, isn't it?
Yeah.
You probably might have been here before. You don't actually stay in Seathwaite that much, do you?
No, a bit transient. So okay. I've been here before, but I don't think it would have been my thing.
Okay, so you can see the crowd of people. There's a bit of a queue to get into the square, and you can see there's a barricade at the end of the bridge to get into the castle. There's some kind of checkpoint, a guard checkpoint.
To get into the castle?
To get into the square. So the castle grounds.
Oh, right. So to get the area around the actual castle itself with the moats.
So get to where... And in front of you see this giant 30, 40-foot statue of the White Knight Henkel Jenkel. It's on this big base. And on the base you can see two guards above all of the crowd. You can see market stalls. In the distance you can see rotisserie pigs emerging from the ground. Yep.
Looking at it, can I use my insight to work out how long it's going to take to queue if I was? Because we were going in at about 7 and we weren't expecting the gentleman till about 9, were we?
Yep.
10 plus 3, I think my insight is.
You think this is going to be 20 minutes waiting in this queue?
So not too long, really.
No, not too long.
I use that time to have a look around the type of people.
The types of people just look touristy. There's at the moment it's just kind of like tourists who look like they're from all over the place. So every kind of species. Some of them with harsh Scar accents. Some of them with Helen accents from all over the place. Maybe some rather posh tourists from Ellenby who are seeing the sights. There is in the crowd a few more elves than you would normally see, and they're dressed in fairly plain clothes. Especially for this part of the city, the rich and touristy areas, you don't see many elves that aren't in servitude.
But from what we've heard, this is going to be quite a big deal, isn't it? For the elves, the White Knight to be meeting
and promoting an elfin tribal leader, a leader within the elven community.
So this isn't massively. It's not to be unexpected.
No, it is.
Would I be near any of them in the queue?
Yeah, there's a couple.
If I could get snuggle up a little bit closer to perhaps some of them, could I do a perception to see if I think any of them are actually carrying weapons or anything like that?
Go ahead.
That's another 10 plus 3.
10 plus 3. You look at them and you think you can't really tell if they're carrying any concealed weapons. You can't see anything obvious, and also they don't look like nasty fellows from your approximation.
No, they just look like normal.
Yeah.
Normal people. Okay. Right. Does it look like people are paying to get in, or is it just a queue for numbers?
When you look out, you can see at the front of a queue there seems to be a dog, and people are being brought to the side and being patted down and searched.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a couple of guards, and then there's a guard with a dog chained up. It's a bit of a mastiff dog. It's kind of a bit of a big nasty dog.
Yeah. Okay. I don't. Well, I mean, I don't really. Usually I would carry daggers, but for the purposes of this, I haven't been. It's not really an issue for me. I can still do my my druidy type animal whispering.
Do you carry your staff around with you?
I haven't mentioned it. I think technically he probably has a staff, but if you're okay with it, I'm not really too.
You can make it a walking stick if you want.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, a ornate one, maybe a bit of ivory, maybe. Maybe something on there, yeah.
Lovely, okay.
Yeah.
As you're sitting there admiring your walking stick, as you think again, oh, God, this is a beautiful walking stick, you see a large half-orc guard walk past you towards the front of the queue, and he seems to just hold out a paper. He's got a box he's carrying, and he just walks straight through, and you'd recognise that to be Key.
I recognise the guard is Key.
Yes.
And he gets through.
You walk into the crowd.
He gets through the gate unmolested.
Unmolested, yeah. Just walks through.
I'll give it
so that episode obviously went well.
Yeah. I guess that was the plan, wasn't it? Yeah, that was the plan. Yeah.
It was, yes.
Okay, yeah, no, I keep going through. Which way do I see him go, left or right? Because I've not.
He goes straight ahead towards the statue, this big giant statue.
Towards the statue.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you talked about it from the maps. You identified that there was a set of stairs at the base of the statue that goes down to the underground docks, right? Because the docks, obviously, ships come up by the side of the docks. But the docks kind of go into like a cave-like structure, go underground. And so, if you're in the castle grounds above, you would go down these stairs to get to the docks.
Okay. Yeah, well, Lance would be thinking, I want to go to somewhere on the opposite side, perhaps, because I imagine, being a dock area, there may be people down there looking out towards the moat. This is the underground bit? Is that the bit you're talking about, or? Yeah.
So what do you mean looking towards the moat?
So is from the dock area? Is there Is there any through tunnel back towards the moat area and the castle?
So from talking to Locke on his adventure. He went down the docks, he went into the supply docks, which you're looking north, so it's kind of underground on the east-hand side.
Yep.
And you can see that, you can look over the bridge and see that there's like cargo being brought in, people clearly working. And he managed to smuggle his way into the castle.
Oh, through the conveyor belt? Through
the conveyor belt, which is an opening, underground opening, that has a conveyor belt that goes through to the castle.
Right, on a, so it's over the moat, isn't it?
Yeah, it goes over the moat.
Yeah.
And that's essentially a rope and pulley system, and then boxes are hanging off it, and boxes are placed on pallets and stuff.
Okay, do I get through okay, the checkpoints?
Yeah, we say it moves along. You get to the front of the checkpoint, the dog
anything
sniffs
to declare?
you,
No,
wags.
nothing, my friend, just myself and my wife.
Yes. All right, mate, I think you lost your wife, though.
Yeah, I know, my wife.
Well, and you open your coat and show...
Oh, yeah, no. Okay. She's probably around here somewhere, my friend. Maybe she moved.
Because we forget that it's an audio podcast sometimes. So often when Lance says "my wife," he mimics opening his jacket and then presenting a weasel.
In this sense, I think he goes to open his jacket and then realises, perhaps I don't want to show them that I've got a weasel in my pocket. So maybe I'll keep that one to myself for the moment.
Yes.
And yes, I'll make my way in without opening it, unless he has a little feel of my.
No. He'll give you a pat down, a brief pat down. He says, "It feels like you've got a rodent in your pocket."
Feels like I got a what in my pocket?
A rodent in your pocket.
No, it's just my pet, my friend.
All right, fine. Yeah. Well, watch out. I don't want to run off and get lost.
Yeah, I know. From what I've heard, it might be food around here,
Exactly, yeah. Keep it away from those roasting pigs.
Yeah. Vicious, are they?
The pigs?
Yeah.
Well, they are in the wild, but it's all right. We got them stuck on a spit.
I've been told to watch out for the crocodiles more than that.
Oh, wait, yeah. Well, yeah. Hopefully later, when someone misbehaves, it's my favourite part of the night when we get to throw miscreants into the moats.
When's the next feeding, eh?
Feeding there, I don't know, they happen every half an hour or so.
Oh, yeah, okay. Thanks very much, my friend.
It depends, tourists can pay money to purchase meat, and then they ring the bell, and then tourists throw the food down into the moat.
Oh, yeah, I'll let some other Doom God pay for that. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Let them pay and you can watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I made my way through, and would I know? Did the other guys would they have told me where the feeding station was for the crocodiles?
Yeah, exactly. The maps. I had it when you were discussing plan. Maps have been drawn out. We can look at the map if you want to talk about where exactly you want to go. So you consult the map again that you've had crudely drawn for you in your pocket.
Yeah, very crudely, eh?
So you're on the south side where this bridge is. You're coming into the area. There's loads of market stalls. There's this big giant statue in front of you. You know, on the west side of the castle, so further into the area, that's where the crocodile feeding was. Where the eagle show is.
Yeah, I better go over there then and have a little bit of a chat with the snappers, eh?
And then as you walk over there, you see a giant eagle up in the sky.
In the sky?
Yeah, flying around.
Oh, right.
And there's quite a big crowd over on that side. Kind of in the centre.
And what's it doing? Just flying around?
At the moment, it's just flying around. Yeah.
I would like to make my way to the crocodile feeding area.
Okay. So you walk round. I'm going to have you just go to the moat. When you get to the moat, so let's say you're still on the south side. You're just going to follow the moat round the corner.
Mm-hmm.
When you look down, you actually see some kind of tunnel.
Tunnel?
Yeah, no one's really investigated this area, but there's I guess like a suspended like a sky bridge, but obviously it's in the moat, so it's not in the sky. Like a tubular tunnel, which
like a flume?
Yeah, but it's person sized, so it's for people to. It looks
like you go to a water park, a flume.
Yeah, kind of, but it's actually made out to be like a bridge, but it's covered up. It's covered up.
Right.
There's it looks like it could be an open bridge, but there's like lattice where the windows would be on this bridge. It's got a roof. It's kind of got a roof. There's a lattice, and there's thick vines growing between the lattice, as in have grown like in between the lattice. So you can't really see, but you can see silhouettes of some people moving through.
People, like humans. Or like whatever,
just silhouettes of humanoids, right?
Yeah.
This is much lower than you. So if you're looking over the moat, you can see it's on the very southwest corner.
Okay.
You've walked over the VIP dock, so intuitively it makes sense that this is probably a tunnel that the VIP.
Right, yeah.
To get into the castle.
Oh, what if they arrive by boat?
Yeah, and this is now the moat is kind of like 2 stories down, so it's just under like 20 feet down to where the water line is. So this tunnel is about 10 foot down, and there's a drop even further below that, which is like another 10 foot or so where the water level is. Okay. So it's kind of this bridge that's covered up and suspended, kind of between the underground area of the VIP going into the castle.
Okay.
So because you're
is that sort of a parallel point to where the boxes were taken over from the other
conveyor
side?
Belt. Yeah,
the conveyor belt.
It's in the same position, but on the opposite corner. Yeah.
Okay.
So you carry on walking around, and you can see this wooden platform that's built over the moat edge.
Is it busy?
There is some people there, but they're just looking at the moment. There's no feeding going on.
No feeding going on. Okay.
You've passed a few guards, by the way, just through the crowd. They haven't really paid you much attention. And you can see a guard sitting on the platform. Standing on the platform.
How's it, bro?
So you walk up and address him, do you?
Yeah, how's it?
It's fine, thank you. Yes, it's a lovely night. Very excited.
Yeah, you had much work down there with the crocodiles recently?
No, they've been very quiet. I mean, they get rowdier as the night goes on.
Oh, you said it now, my friend. You've said the key word.
Quiet?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means it's gonna get noisy.
It always does get noisy here on a Friday night.
Oh, yes, of course. I forget myself.
So you're talking to an orc guard at the moment. But he seems pleasant, because not all orcs are nasty.
No, they're not at all. Yeah, so do you know when the next feeding is, eh?
Oh, we don't have one scheduled for at least another 30 minutes. Probably 8 o'clock, I would say. A bit longer than 30 minutes. But I mean, if you go pay one of the vendors, you can see there's some market stalls there, you can get access to feeding them yourself.
Oh yeah, how much is this gonna cost, brother?
5 gold, I think, is the cheapest. Depends if you want to throw some bait in, a big hunk of meat, or if you want to throw a pig in. Live pig.
Yeah, and they all the same price, you reckon, or is there a
5
better
gold the
place to go?
cheapest, but yeah, if you want to buy a pig and throw that in there, yeah, that's going to cost you 15, 20 gold, I think, depending on the size of the pig.
No, you misunderstand me, my friend.
Yes.
Is there a better seller to go to for a better price? If you know
No,
what I
you've got
mean?
to buy it from the market stall.
Ah, okay.
It's our operation, mate.
Thank you for
Pay some more pension!
thank you for your time, my friend.
That's all right. Where are we?
Looking down, so I'm 2 stories. I would be 2 stories above there,
Yeah, it's about 30 feet up.
and how much? This guard, is he like right on the edge, looking down, or is he sort of just nearby?
So it's a wooden platform. He's on the platform. The platform goes out slightly over the moat, so it's kind of suspended slightly. You've seen from looking at it, there's like trucks underneath it holding it up, and there is like a waist height barrier going round to stop people just falling in. He's standing leaning on one of these barriers,
Okay,
and he's also next to a bell.
right.
A bell suspended above the barrier.
I remember the other guys telling me something about a bell. Was
Yes,
that the?
they said that they would attract the crocodiles with a bell.
Okay. I think before I spend any money, I'm gonna have a good look around the actual castle itself, because I've not actually seen it. I'd like to walk all the way around the moat and have a look at all the places and.
Doing a whole circle of the castle will probably take you a good 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, if needs be. I need to look for a place that I might be able to get down to water level. So if I go around, I'd like to use my perception to have a look and
Sure.
see if I think there's anywhere both safer and less out of sight, or possibly a combination of the two.
Okay. So you begin to walk around the castle. You look down. There looks like there's varying degrees of shallowness in the water, in the moat water. So sometimes it looks like there's like a lump of a mound of earth. Sometimes even breaking the surface. Sometimes it looks like it gets much, much deeper. You see some movement occasionally, so some crocodiles scarpering over mounds of earth, or just swimming under the water, the kind of snaky movement of a crocodile. You move round, and the moat side is at an incline. It goes down, but it's got a bit of an incline, so you feel like it's the kind of thing where you wouldn't just fall straight down. You would probably scrabble down it if you were trying to get down it. It's a bit of a steep incline, it's a bit of a climb up. The stone it's made of is smooth, but there's fairly big gaps, so you can normally kind of grab and climb up if you were so to. Lock and Key have already had to climb their way out before. You begin to, as you're walking around, you get to the very top corner. This is where Lock and Key originally managed to climb their way out when they escaped the castle. You go around, the crowd's filling out a bit. You're now at the north side. You're looking at the very north side of the moat. You can see a crowd around what looks to be the talent contest, and you can hear singing. At the talent contest, there you see a number of guards kind of in the crowd there, at the edges of the crowd. You also see a drawbridge that is down, going into the back of the castle. And there are 2 guards stationed on that drawbridge. On the drawbridge is down. It has chains going into the castle. There's a mechanism pulling up that drawbridge, but it's resting on a kind of a stone platform that's kind of coming out from the moat. So there's kind of a lip coming out from the side of the moat where it's resting.
Yeah.
And there's ornate gravings at the bottom there that look like they'll be quite easy to climb down. That should get you down about 10 foot of the moat.
Yeah, but there's 2 guards looking straight out at it.
There's 2 guards who are standing above those gravings on the drawbridge, and they're looking into the crowd.
Yeah, but I couldn't make it to the engravings without going past them, no?
Well, they're kind of underneath them. So if they're facing outwards, let's say you were going to go along the moat, you're actually like perpendicular to them, aren't you? They're like you're in their peripheral vision. So they're not facing you. They're facing north, and you're coming from the west.
Right, so if I went over the edge, I could maybe shimmy along
Yeah, that kind of thing we're talking about. Yeah.
and get underneath and then drop.
So I'm not saying that it's because they're standing there looking around, so it's not like they're just stationed in place and they'll never turn their heads or whatever. But they're not directly looking at you. And if you're going to try and climb down into the moat, you'd be climbing to the side of their peripheral vision at the moment.
How about the windows and such like on the castle?
So on the castle, there's no windows on the ground floor, but there are windows on the upper floor, and you can see movement inside through those windows. At the moment, it just looks like general party goers.
Yeah, but there's nothing obvious. Nobody like leaning out or guards leaning out and having a look.
No. There's occasionally some VIPs, we'll call them, like looking out a window, but mainly they're just like having a party and chatting inside the castle.
Yeah, okay. Well, in this case, I'll go around. As I said, I'd like to go all the way around, see if I can get an eye on the grate that I intend to be going through.
So you go all the way along the north side, you curve round, you see this giant pipe that you've heard about before. It's suspended about 40 foot up in the air.
Grog pipe. The grog pipe.
Yes, that's what Key has referred to it as. He's told you it comes from Vendig's brewery. They've been told it's used for the fountains that spray out wine, and it's kind of suspended in the air, coming out of it looks like it's just coming from the buildings off the square, goes down into the ground next to the moat, and disappears. And then as you walk along, and you're looking down into the moat, you can see this entrance tunnel, which is what you think is the steel grate that you've heard about.
I'd like to have a little look at the grate itself, and I would like to try and work out how difficult I think it might be to break my way in, either by lockpick or by acid.
Okay.
Or a combination of the two. Oh, it's not gone well. It's a 6 plus a 3.
You go up to get an angle where you can look into it, and you think it looks like a pretty rigid steel.
Oh no, plus
grate.
6.
Okay.
Plus 6.
You can't really see the lock mechanism from here.
Okay.
You also see that, so the moat, the water's fairly deep around this part. The moat is about 15 foot across, and then water is going into this tunnel as well. So it's not like the tunnel is just land and then it goes to the moat where it's water. Like the moat carries on going into this tunnel.
Okay. I would like to have a look at this the grog pipe. Do I think that might enable me to get down some way, down to water level?
Not really. It goes down into the ground. So it's not suspended over the moat. It doesn't go down into the moat. It goes down into the ground you're standing on.
Ah, right, I got you. Okay, in that case, looking at that, would I be correct in thinking that the best way to get down, from what I've seen, the easiest way to not fuck it up, would be to go down in that lip of the bridge near to the two guards?
I mean, it's a toss-up because, from your passive insight, you would know, this isn't particularly steep. I could probably climb down. You wouldn't even fall, right? Because if you fall, you would just slide.
Yeah, but I might make a little bit of a splash, eh?
You might make a splash. It'll be easier to climb and control yourself going down at the lip of the bridge. But then the toss-up is there are two guards standing there. So it's kind of like an equal balance, really.
But prior to entering the water, I might like to try and have a conversation with one of the crocodiles.
Yes,
yeah, I think
yes.
The only trouble is that it is a little bit further away from the gate itself, isn't it?
Yeah, it is further away from the gate, yes.
Yeah, are there any guards actually looking down into the moat, or are they all facing upwards towards the crowd?
No, the guards are not particularly concerned with the moat.
Yeah, okay, I'll make my way back down towards the talent show. Is it any good?
Yeah, you go up north. At the moment, no, it's a bit shit.
Yeah?
No, yeah, at the moment there's a bunch of dwarvish jugglers juggling hand axes, and the nerves are getting to them, and sometimes they're dropping the hand axes.
Yeah, dangerous business, eh? You don't want to have nerves when you're juggling axes.
No, yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's what my wife says anyway.
And they're getting booed every time one of them, it's between two of them, is dropping an axe.
Can I see any individuals that are standing near the guards near the bridge? Is there anyone nearby? Is the crowd that thick?
Yeah, the crowd's that thick, but the crowd's all looking towards a stage at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine, but is there anyone near?
Yes, there is.
There is. Right, okay. I'll make my way to one side of the bridge. Let us say the right side of the bridge, yeah? I look towards someone on my left, and I use my druid craft to a cantrip
Yeah.
to make the smell of a skunk near to one of the people. A particularly potent form of it, eh?
Okay.
Yeah, just to see if the gods decide to have a chat and maybe look over there. Just to create a little bit of a distraction for myself.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. So do you have to roll for that, or is it just a
No,
feeling?
it's just the smell of a skunk.
So this like is slightly visible. This gas cloud of odor, very faint visibility, but it's hard to see in the night sky, begins to emerge from where you've cast it, and it is wretched. A circle of begins to emerge of a gap in the crowd.
Yeah, like something crawled up his anus and died.
Yes. The guard closest doesn't notice anything at the moment.
Well, he's a stronger man than me, mate. Fuck. How about the other one?
The guard further away, he begins to sniff and he says, "Bit of a whiff over there by you, Garrett."
Yeah, I just observe because I mean, I feel like I need a little bit of an opening. I'm not going to risk. I'm not massively time pressured at the moment. We still have what, about an hour and a half, eh?
So it's about 7:50 now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
Any-
you give it a few more moments, and the smell permeates, and the crowd gets bigger. And as that does, the guard closest notices and walks over to investigate the area.
Yeah, and the second guard.
The second guard moves to the centre of the bridge and looks over.
Oh, I like that. It sounds a lot better. Are there any open flames nearby? Any torches or anything such like?
There are in the crowd. There are kind of lit braziers, but they're kind of like 10 foot up.
Yeah, so there's none near the side of the bridge that I intend to go down.
There are braziers. No, none near the side of the bridge. No, there are braziers on the castle walls where the entrance is.
Yeah, okay. I was just considering turning some of them off to maybe make it a little bit darker, but
It's dark down the side under that bridge because
Yeah,
the
I will-
sun's beginning to go down.
I guess at some point I'm just going to have to
going
go for it. So I look to nip over the side and
Okay.
see if I can get under one of those lips
for
on the things that you talk
Roll an
about.
athletics.
Ooh. Do you think I could do it more stealthily than athletically?
I think this bit you'll be doing athletically.
Or acrobatically?
You can select to move acrobatics if you want to jump and like.
Yeah, I'd like to do a little pirouette before I do it, maybe.
Okay. So rather than climbing, you're going to be jumping and grasping onto the side.
Yeah, like I want to do that whole thing, where you jump over the side, spin round to 180 and grab your hands on the side.
Cat jump.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when we say the side, is this on the kind of the decorations under the lip of the bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
Yeah, so maybe not a 180, more like a 90 degree?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Bit of a dash in the middle.
That'll be a 12. Do you know what? I should have just cast jump on myself, so I could have fucking done it a lot.
Okay. So you go jump and you go to jump and you jump down. You grab hold and you haven't really turned how you want, but you manage to get one of your hands into the face of some kind of skeletal sculpture under the bridge, and you're kind of hanging there at the moment.
Yeah, do I think I made a noise, eh?
I think you're all right, yeah, because the crowd's quite loud, but you're hanging, and you're gonna have to try and pull yourself up to get a proper grip. So roll in athletics.
Oh dear, yeah. So I want to try and, athletically pull myself underneath the bridge so I'm out of the way of the guards,
Okay.
so that I can slide down at my leisure down
Okay.
towards the water.
Roll ahead.
I don't like that dice now. Oh, yeah. 18 minus 1, 17.
You pull You pull yourself up.
I'm
and
not particularly strong.
You feel secured, and you can also move. As
Weasel's not known for pumping iron.
well. No. You can move under the bridge if you so want. So you're kind of in complete darkness.
So yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'd like to move under
You
the...
move onto the bridge. There's a couple of like iron loops under the bridge as well, which is you're now under the drawbridge completely. The sculptures go all the way around, but there's some iron loops down there under the drawbridge.
Okay. I'll tell you what I should have done. I probably should have brought some meat or something with me for the crocodiles. Or did
some meat in your pocket,
did
don't
you
you?
say that?
You've got some meat in your pocket.
I'm not giving my wife to the crocodiles, eh? You said that you could see the crocodiles moving, eh?
Yes.
Around.
Yes.
Around there.
You can't see any under the bridge at the moment.
Not under
It's
the.
a hard thing to see though, because they're under murky water and it's dark under the bridge.
Yeah, I really should have thought about that before I did that. As I was there, I was thinking like, oh yeah, I'll go buy one of these, put it in my pocket. But now I've just sort of like jumped down and not done that.
It's so unlike any of our players.
Yeah, I know. The annoying thing is I really thought about it and I thought, oh yeah, I got to remember to do that. And what did I do? Nope. Lance thinks to himself, he's like, oh, you fucking prick.
Would Lance have any food on him naturally? Because you guys carry around rations of food normally.
Yeah, I guess it's just not going to be as attractive to a
No.
crocodile
No.
as perhaps it could have been. Right. I guess I would just have to. I'll get myself down to water level. I'm just gonna have to wait. I'm gonna have to play the long game, and it's gonna be more time critical. It's gonna be more time expended, but that's a mistake I've made. There's no point me climbing out. It's gonna be too risky to climb out and go get some food.
So it's not a difficult. You can kind of lower yourself down because it's like I said, not vertical. There's an incline to it, but it's quite a steep incline. So you're just gonna try and climb and lower yourself down to near water level.
Yeah, well, if I've got some rope, I could tie it around the rings, eh?
Yeah, you can happily do that.
Kind of
Just need-
abseil down.
Yeah.
I'd like to abseil upside down, facing downwards, because
so you can get your head.
yeah, because then I can get my head there,
Yeah.
but closer to the crocodiles to speak, and not get my toes eaten.
Wonderful. So
Yeah,
you
but
do-
before I do it though, I make sure that my wife is secure in a pocket,
yeah, so, she
so
doesn't
that
fall
when I
out.
turn upside down, she don't fall out into the water. Because I mean,
Obviously.
horrific nature of that could be campaign over.
So roll sleight of hand to tie up this rope.
Yeah. 10.
10. Okay. I always feel with rope tying, sleight of hand's not actually a great stat for it. I think we should do sleight of hand or strength.
Yeah, well, I'm not thinking this. No,
Okay,
not
you're not good
strength.
either.
No.
Something to think about in future.
Yeah, yeah.
So you tie up this rope. It's roughly secure, and then you begin to lower yourself down. Roll an athletics check.
Yeah, no, it's not gone well. Former game of 3 plus or minus 1.
Plus or minus one. So you climb down, and you're very poorly managing this climb. It's a real strain. You're taking your time, but you keep on dropping levels. You get down to the waterline. You said you're going upside down.
Yeah.
So you get down to the waterline, but you end up being about 4 foot away from the waterline.
Yeah, within shouting distance or talking distance there.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that how close you intended to be?
Yeah, about that.
Okay, you're 3 foot away from the waterline.
Right. Within head biting distance, eh?
You're the animal master, you tell me.
Yeah, I think that is.
Yes.
Right, I better wait to use my perception to wait till a crocodile comes. I guess I'll turn on animal speech.
Okay. So you turn on animal speech. You begin to see movement in the water below you.
Oh, crocodile, come here, I need to have a chat to you.
Okay.
Oh, crocodile, come over to me.
So you see some movement under, like, about kind of 6-7 foot away from you in the darkness and the murky water.
Yeah.
A crocodile jumps out the water
Yeah.
and goes to grab you.
Oh, lovely, eh? Would you want roll? Would you want my AC, or would you like? Am I rolling?
He's rolled an attack on you.
Okay. What is it?
20.
Oh, good. What's the percentage, or have you rolled it already or
No,
not?
I haven't. Something for us to do, isn't it? We
Yeah.
have such fun together, don't we?
Oh, crocodile. How fair is it?
So this crocodile pounces out the water and he grabs you and his jaws hit shore. He's rolled 40 on the percentile dice, which means
Yeah, so it's going to be quite painful, eh?
yeah, I think so. Okay,
It's just the max damage, I think.
it is. It's so that's 12 damage.
12
and
damage.
You're also grappled.
Right, that's fine. This is exactly how I wanted this to go, eh? Maybe
How much health does this druid have?
33. Not anymore, though.
You're
Yeah,
not bloodied, so your resilient skin is holding up.
yeah, nearly, though. I mean...
Like, you haven't been bitten by a
Yeah, I may not be bloodied, but I'm incredibly pissed off. Look, you fuck! He's grabbed me, but I'm still attached to the rope, which is attached to the bridge, eh?
Yes,
So I'm
yes.
not under the water yet, so I
No.
can still speak, eh?
Yes. Yeah, you can
Right.
still speak.
Right, I cast Animal Friendship. I'm burning fucking first level spells here. I cast Animal Friendship. What is his intelligence?
His intelligence is he's got plus 10 intelligence. No, I'm joking.
No?
He's got -4.
Right, yeah, but what is his actual intelligence?
Oh,
Is-
his actual intelligence is 2.
Right, that's good. Because if it was above 4, we would have an incredible problem with the rest of this fucking plan. And I think I might die being eaten on the inside of the crocodile. And my poor, poor wife might be eaten with me. Right, so I convince him, oh crocodile, please release me from your jaws.
And with that, his jaws release, and he lets go, and he kind of just sits floating at the top of the surface.
Yeah, so he has to roll a wisdom saving throw, eh?
So this crocodile seems charmed by you. He settles back in the water, and he's just kind of motionless.
Yeah, so he failed his wisdom throw, eh?
Yes, so he's
Oh.
just at the moment.
I'll tell you
just
what,
laying there.
thank you fuck for that. Fuck. Yeah, so he settled in the water,
He's
eh?
just settled in there.
How's it, bro?
It is fine.
Yeah, you took
Sorry for biting you. You seem delicious.
Yeah, I meant no harm to you, man. It did quite hurt a bit, though, I'll be honest with you, yeah?
Yes, I have powerful jaws. I am not concerned about the harm you can do to me.
Yeah.
I just thought you looked delicious.
Yeah, I get that, but let's set the biting for
But
now,
I
eh?
feel we should be friends now, so I will spare your meager life.
Yeah, that's very kind of you, eh? Hey, so, how many of you guys are there down here, eh?
The crocodiles or the others?
Yeah, the crocodiles.
The crocodiles. There's about 4 that I hang out with. There's another couple of crocodiles on this side of the moat that I don't talk to, and on the other side, the other crocodiles are mean and they do not talk to me.
Yeah, what about the ones that swim near the
And
gate?
then there is her.
Oh, yeah, her?
Yes,
Yeah, who's this then, eh?
Big Crack.
Big Crack.
Yes, Big Crack.
Yeah, and who is she to you?
Well, she's kind of... You don't want to be near her or you get Big Crack.
Oh, yeah, and where does she live, eh?
Well, she swims from all sides. She goes where she pleases.
And do you know where she is at the moment?
At the moment, she's not round here.
Well, that's good. Right, let us continue our conversation, my friend.
Yes,
Yes. I was wondering
yes,
if yourself and your brother crocodiles
Yes.
would mind escorting me to the gate on the round the corner there.
yes. My friends would listen to me.
Yes, I was hoping so, because we might have an issue otherwise.
Yes.
So if you could give myself a lift there, that would be lovely. Absolutely
Yes.
lovely. And
Just get in my mouth.
yeah, I'll roll an insight there. Ooh,
Why didn't you roll
so
that earlier.
that's a botch.
You're fine. You're still hanging upside down with quite a sore shoulder.
So it was really to see whether I thought that whether getting in his mouth, whether the spell would hold enough for him not to eat me. But I guess a botch. So
In your
yeah, I think I'll be fine.
an experience when you think you've charmed an animal, it probably isn't trying to eat you still.
Yo, bro, what's your name, eh?
My name is Squat Leg.
Squat leg, eh?
Squat Leg.
Okay. Now, squat leg.
Yes.
How is this gonna work? How are you gonna get me around there, eh?
Well, you get on in my mouth, and I will forget to swallow you whole.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about that, but
Where else can you go?
yeah, well, I was thinking of just hopping onto your back, eh?
My what?
Your back.
What is this? I've never seen this place.
Yeah, I sit on your shoulders, above your legs.
Oh, that bit of me.
Yeah.
Yes, I do not consider this.
No?
No.
Roll persuasion.
By do not consider this, I mean I never really think about that portion of the universe.
Yeah, 12 plus a 2.
Yes, go ahead.
So I would start to untie myself from the rope.
He opens his mouth again. He's just layering the water with his mouth wide open.
Yeah, bro, I thought we just agreed that I was going to get onto the bit above your head, eh?
Yes, above.
Yes, obviously he closes his mouth.
Yeah. Thank you. Right. I'm holding onto the rope. I
Yeah.
try and lower myself down onto
Go
the...
ahead. You lower yourself down. You step on kind of his shoulders and you shimmy onto his back. I suppose are you gonna squat over him? How are you gonna?
I was literally just going to
mount him?
sit on the back.
Just sit on him. Okay. I mean, these are large beasts, so yeah, there's enough room to do that.
I mean, there's no way... I'm going to have to leave the rope where it is. Aren't
Yeah.
I? Yeah, right. What was his name? Squat leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, squat leg. Just be sure. Where is your friends at the moment?
My friends, yes, they're here. Wonk Tail.
Yeah, let me have a quick chat to Wonkdale, eh?
And then a crocodile emerges about 15 feet away and starts swimming towards you.
How's it, Wonkdale?
Hello. Is this new feeding area?
No, Wonkdale, I'm a friend of your brother Squat Leg here, eh?
Squat Leg, is this true? Yes, he is my new friend.
Now, guys, I have an opportunity for you here.
Yes.
In return for a favour, as in you taking me around to the entrance with the bars. Do you know the one on around the corner?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. In exchange for you taking me around there, and perhaps staying with me for a little bit, keep me company, such like, little bit of chat.
Yes.
Yeah? I'm intend to give you the feeding of your life.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You are truly friend of Squat Leg.
How would you feel about eating around about 4 to 5 people?
4 to 5 people.
Yeah, live as well, eh? Live bait.
Wonktail swims up to you and says,
We could be as big as Big Crack.
Yeah, as big as Big Crack, but happier because you've just eaten a live individual.
Squat Tail, should we invite Egg Eater?
Yeah, I like the sound of Egg Eater. Get him here as well after.
Egg Eater!
and another crocodile emerges up from...
How's it, Egg Eater?
Oh, hello, do you have eggs?
No, I don't have eggs at the moment, my
Oh,
friend.
goodbye!
he begins to go down.
Yeah, Egg Eater, wait a second.
Oh,
boy.
hello! Eggs again!
Right, persuasion. I'd like to get him in the group as well. 19.
Yes, what do you want?
Yeah, Egg Eater, I know that I'm assuming that your preference is for eggs, of the round variety. But I have an opportunity that I was talking to your friends about.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, I was going to... how would you like to eat about 5 people, eh?
5 people? Do
Yeah.
I share them?
Yeah, orcs, elves, all sorts.
Have any of them, have they laid any eggs? Are they protecting their eggs?
Not that I know of. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I will not lie to you, Egg Eater, eh? I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay,
But,
that's honest.
I have to say that if you really want an egg, I could probably go into the castle.
I'm sold.
Yeah?
Yes, no, that's
Yeah,
it. That's all I
okay.
needed.
I'll
Just a mere suggestion of an egg.
I swear to my wife's life.
Yes.
I will look for an egg to come back.
Does your
and
wife
give you-
have eggs?
No, my wife does not have eggs, but I know where some might be kept in the castle, and in fact, you give me a particular opportunity, I might be able to let you in to get the eggs.
Oh, really?
Now, where's the fourth one of your little crew, eh?
Oh, you mean Benjamin?
Yeah, Benjamin, bring him up here, eh? Eggy, to go get Benjamin, I want to have a chat.
Okay.
Egita submerges, and he comes up. 2 crocodiles come up.
2.
Yes.
Or Eggy to and someone else, or 3.
No, Egita and
Right.
this other crocodile.
Ah, is it, Benjamin?
Hello, another person.
Yeah, I was speaking
I
to...
used to have a person.
I was speaking to your colleagues here. How would you like 5 people?
5 people.
Yeah, to eat.
Oh no, I don't like eating people.
No, what do you like doing then, my friend? How do you keep fit and healthy and
Well, I just eat
good teeth,
the
etc.?
meats that they throw in.
Yeah, well, I think I might be able to get you some meat then. Why not?
Okay, this sounds good.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Well, I was speaking to your colleagues and I
Yes.
need your help.
Okay.
The four of you are gonna help me get to the gate around
Can
the
I
corner.
go back to my master?
Yeah, who's your master, eh?
I used to be with a group of people. They fed me and then they threw me in this moat and I have to live with these other crocodiles.
Oh yeah, but that doesn't sound very nice. You want to go back to these people that abandoned you?
Well, I think they did it by accident.
Yeah, possibly.
It's hard for me to understand because you're the first person I've comprehended.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what, I'll have a look in the castle, see if I can find your paperwork. Deception.
Okay, roll for it.
10 plus 5. Yeah, 10
I
plus
don't really know what any of that means, so I don't really.
Yeah,
think
just trust me, I've got your best interests in mind, my
Okay,
friend.
well, I'm on board then as well.
Right, guys.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna go, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? You're gonna
Yes.
take me down. I'm going to stay with Squat Leg here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to hold on to him.
Watch out, his legs are quite squat.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to him.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't mind you
Okay.
going underwater, but
Yes.
no longer than 30 seconds, because I have to admit I can't breathe underwater. Actually, no, crocodiles can't breathe underwater, can they?
Yeah, they think they come up because they're
Yeah, they
reptilian,
come up, so they
So
can't.
they don't have gills or anything.
Yeah, no, so they can't breathe underwater, can they? No, I don't need to worry about that.
Yes.
I don't mind if you go underwater. In fact, it would be my preference if you take me underwater to the gate.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, go!
Okay, they go underwater and they start swimming easterly, which is where you know is the gates.
Okay.
So they swim for a bit. They get to a corner where they turn. It's getting a bit shallower now. You see passing a couple of other crocodiles that pay you a little bit of attention.
Yeah, but I
Start
got my
seeing-
crocodile crew,
You've got a posse
eh?
and they don't
I got
mess
the
with you.
posse.
Yes, I know. And then they get to a much shallower bit, and so they have to come out. And they protrude over some mounts, and they quickly scarper over the mounts, and then they jump in the other side.
Yeah, you're doing well, boys. I'm well impressed.
Well,
eh?
we're all hungry, you know.
Yeah. Right.
And then they get to this gate, and they swim up. You can see like the stonework that they climb up over, but it's still underwater. And then they get up to the point where you're protruding out of the water.
Okay.
You can see in front of you some stone steps that goes up to a slightly muddy dirt floor where there's this steel gate, and then through that you can see kind of the light from braziers and
So at
some
this point,
clanging of the kitchen.
at this point, there's no water in that tunnel area.
No. Yeah.
Do I think that the water might raise up and down then?
No, because it's not. It's just a moat. There's no tidal aspect.
Right. I thought from the description that my friend Locke gave me that there was water in that area.
Yeah, you're inside the tunnel now. So you've gone into the tunnel.
Yeah. Ah,
And
I'm
you're-
in the tunnel.
Yeah, exactly. And so
the gate is further in.
yes.
Ah,
Yes.
right. I misunderstood. I thought the gate was on the outside.
No, it's in, and when you walk up to it, you can get an angle where you can kind of see the bottom.
Right,
of
I
it.
understand, my friend. Right. Okay.
So you're kind of in the grounds of the castle. in a
Yeah,
way.
Squat Leg, I really appreciate this. Do you mind hanging around for a bit while I work out
I
whether I
would
can
love
get in or
to.
not?
Yes.
And then, Egg Eater, I will see what I can do for you in the kitchens the other
Yes,
side. huh?
don't bother cooking them. I know you things have a penchant for that.
Yeah, any other requests while I'm in there, my friends?
Oh, just as many people as possible.
As many people as possible.
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Get them to the
I'm
waterline.
quite wondering what your concept of time is, but in about an hour,
Yes.
there is going to be a big explosion, eh?
Okay.
Yeah? And something is going to come crashing down into the water.
Yes.
Right about here. And
Yes.
I point out to where the pagoda would be. I'll suggest that you ain't directly underneath, yeah? Or you might get squashed.
Okay.
Yeah, but when it does hit the water, you go swim for that, yeah? And you go there and you eat it big time, huh?
Oh, delicious.
Eaty big time.
Is that the people you're giving us?
Yeah.
Okay, there's going to be 5 at least.
I suspect as many as 5, yes.
Okay.
Would that fit in with how many... I was bullshitting now. Would that fit with the people I've seen? With
Nothing.
the retinue and stuff? Because when we all got on there was the Dwarven guy.
Yeah.
There were 2 guards on there, and he had some
No,
people...
it was no one else. It was just a dwarf guy on there.
What, on the pagoda?
Yeah. Because when Key jumped on there was Key, Gallic, and the dwarf guy fighting. There's no guards.
There were no guards on there?
No, there were guards at the entrance of the pagoda. They let the dwarf on Malik, the dwarf, on the pagoda, and then the pagoda moved up. There was no one.
What,
else
and
on
he
there.
didn't have anyone else with him?
No.
Oh,
He
right,
came
I
out with his
completely
carriage
misunderstood.
with a retinue of people.
Right, and where did they go then? I've completely
They
misunderstood that then.
just stayed by the carriage, and the dwarf walked out into a kind of tunnel formed by the guards, and then he walked on the pagoda. He was there on his lonesome.
Oh, right, well, that's a complete misunderstanding on my part.
That's
okay.
fine. That's fine. They're crocodiles.
Right,
They
have a
won't
look.
know.
Have a look at this lock
Okay.
and insight into whether I think that it would be feasible for me to lockpick it.
What's your sleight of hand?
3.
3.
I do have a lockpicking kit, which will give me an extra +3. I think is it +3 or is it +5? I will have to look that up. So that, or whether I would just need to burn the lock out with some acid.
You think you okay? Go ahead.
Ooh, 6 plus insight of 3, so 9.
9. You think it's a lock that's possible to be unpicked by you? You're not really sure how hard.
Okay, right. Well, I'll give it a go. Start with. Ooh, not good. 6 plus 3 plus lockpicking, so just over 10.
Okay. You try and pick the lock, and there's some clanging, and Eggy turns around and says, "That hurts my ears. I wish you wouldn't do that." The crocodiles are kind of staying with you at the moment.
Yeah, good. It hurts your ear, Gita, eh? Why does it hurt your ears?
It's just very loud and tingy.
Oh, right. Do I think it was particularly loud?
Yeah, there's something about this mechanism that when you tried to turn it, there was a slight clanging that came out of it.
Right. Have a look on the other side. Is a key in there?
No, there's no key in there.
Right. What? Do you want me to roll an insight or whatever?
You can if
yeah.
you want.
11 plus 3.
11 plus 3. You think this might be something to do with the lock mechanism?
Well, it's
Right.
particularly loud.
Yes.
Right.
You don't know why that would be.
Okay. How wide are the bars?
The bars, they're about kind of. I was trying to do it for a quarter of a foot wide, I guess.
So close enough together that I wouldn't be able to fit through, but a weasel might.
Yes, exactly. So like a little goblin wouldn't get through.
Right.
They're prison cell bar size, you know.
Yeah. Okay. And do I think if I turned into a weasel, I might get they're close enough to be able to immediately eat me, or do I think that I'll be able to turn into a weasel and just slip under?
You think you could turn into a weasel and slip? Right, you're right by the bars, and they're kind of back in the water, so they're kind of like 6-7 foot away.
Right. Right, I'll just turn into a weasel then. I think I'll slip under.
Okay, you turn to the weasel, you slip in nice and easy.
Right.
The crocodiles don't give you a second thought.
Okay. Miss Stella, come with me, my dear. In fact, go a little bit further up there so you're definitely safe and away from the crocodiles while I just finish off this conversation.
Okay.
I turn back. Do not fear, my friends. I will be back and I will try and bring you some food as wished. And
This creature has eaten our friend.
No, we are the same. One and the same. I admit that might be quite
You are a
confusing.
different creature.
Right, do you want some eggs or not?
Well, I want some eggs, obviously. But
Yeah,
that was Squatleg talking to you.
Yeah. Egg eater, I will be back with some eggs for you.
Guys, I think he'll sort us out with some eggs.
Yeah, right. Thank you very much for your help, my gentleman.
Okay, please regurgitate our previous friend.
I won't at the moment. He will be back later, my friend.
You will regurgitate him later.
Yes.
Okay, I am calmed.
Right. And myself and Miss Stella will pitter-patter off towards the stairs. Now, I would know from the maps that I've been given that the route would be to the stairs, right upstairs.
Yes, so you're... if you want to grab the map that you've been given...
Yep.
So at the moment, you would know from Locke's accounts, yeah, you're coming up those stairs. You're facing into the kitchen. You're coming in from the east side. South of you is the storage room that Key came through.
Yep.
And next to the storage room, and kind of just almost right in front of the stairs, you begin to hear this mechanical whirling of this mechanics room.
I go up. Is the kitchen busy?
You go up, the kitchen's very busy. There's lots of clattering, there's cooking. You can see a deer rotisserie going up into the floor above. You can see at the back of the room to the north side, so deep in the room where Locke and Key haven't investigated yet, there are people huddling around kind of big cauldrons of boiling something or other, and there's various things going, activity at the back of the room.
Yeah, perception. Do I see any eggs, 18.
18. Yes, you do. There are some eggs, it looks like, near on the counter nearest to you, but further back into the room. So
Right.
kind of on a northwest counter.
Right. How many?
It's northeast, right?
Do I think it would be feasible for a weasel to drag a box of eggs down to the moat? Because although I don't really owe these crocodiles anything, I do feel like I made a promise.
You think it would
And
be...
say one thing about the weasel: he keeps his promises.
Okay, you think it would be feasible.
Yeah.
However, you're wondering how much of a scene you might create, a weasel in this kitchen.
Right.
Because there are lots of people working at these counters. Almost every counter has a couple of people working.
We will
on it,
hold
and
this
there are
on.
some
We will.
guards.
We will put this responsibility on ice. Then
Okay.
I'd like to make a stealth
So-
movement towards the mechanic room. Then
okay.
along the edge of the sort of kitchen.
So if you're kind of putting your head out and looking around the room,
Yeah.
So you're emerging from these stairs that are coming upwards towards the kitchen. To your left of you, there's stairs coming down from the first floor. So to your right, you've got a really easy view. You can see a guard down the end of the corridor. You can see people working. And do you want to look to the left as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So you look to the left, and as you peek around, you see the storage room, and you see two guards looking into the storage room and checking items going in and out.
Right. Okay. I don't want to go into the storage room, do I?
Okay, that's right. So looking left, you do see these two guards, but they're actually standing next to the door that is the entrance to the mechanical room that you want to go into.
Right.
That's-
Okay.
So I've updated your map with that door because there's no door into that.
Right. So the storage room and the mechanic room are very close together.
Yeah, so it's kind of like there's a general kind of junction point where these guards are standing. To the very south is the storage room, and then on the wall is where these mechanical guards are. These guards are for the mechanics room.
Right. I see.
I mean, to be honest, at the moment, guards or cooks or servants, like, your issue is that you're a weasel. You know, it's not like they go, "There's an intruder." They'll go, "There's a weasel." But they are standard posted on that spot.
And I think that I would have to go in between them to get towards the mechanic room. I couldn't move around the edge or through any holes.
I mean,
or
you could move around the edge. You could roll a perception to see any holes.
Yeah. A 10 plus a 3.
So on the wall against the mechanic room, there
6. 10
there-
plus 6.
there are these wine racks.
Ah,
that
yeah.
People aren't really interacting with much. They're kind of blocking a lot of the wall. You can't see any holes through going to the wall from like where you are, but you would have to check behind the wine racks to get a proper view.
Yeah, but I'd have to move past the guards
You
to
have
get
to
to the one
move
part.
into the room. And again, like, the guards aren't so much a problem. It's kind of everyone's a problem for you because you're a weasel.
Okay, yeah, I have an idea. This is a kitchen, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's they're grilling and cooking and there's fire and such
Yes.
like, yeah?
Yes.
Right. I'm going to use control flame,
Okay.
which I can choose a non-magical flame that I can see within a range and fits within a 5-foot cube. I can expand the flame 5 foot in one direction.
Okay. So the closest flame you can really see to you is in the centre of the room. There's this deer rotisserie and there's a flame that's solidly been lit underneath it.
Yeah, I'd like to expand it towards one of the chefs.
Okay. There's a chef with his back to the deer rotisserie at the moment. The flame engulfs out in a kind of wisp, lights him and stays stuck on him, and he starts to scream.
Yeah. I'm hoping that somebody might go help him and cause a little bit of a distraction, because a chef on fire is not something that is part of a professional setup in a kitchen.
It immediately catches everyone's attention.
How unfortunate for him. What type of animal is it? What type of human is he?
He's just
What type of animal? Like, I've really got into weasel mode, haven't I?
he's just a human. It's just a human male. He starts screaming and rolling around on the ground. I gather you have control of the flame, so you can probably keep it going.
No, I can shoot it out, and then if there's something to burn, which I assume would be his clothes, it sets fire to them, and then that's it.
So the two guards posted on the storage room area, they move away from the storage room. They run over to help the guy that's been set on fire.
Yeah, use this as a stealth time to move in. Yeah,
Go ahead.
a 19 plus numbers.
With stealthy leaps and bounds, you begin to silently and in a low formation. You are running across an open room, but you do a really good job. The storage room seems like they're concerned with their stuff. The guards and everyone near you have been moving over to this guy that's been lit. As you jump across the room, you also see the far side of the room going into the centre of the castle, where you know that Key was kept prisoner.
Yeah.
Heading towards the Jenkel's secret room.
Yeah.
There's that archway.
Yeah.
And through that archway emerges Sneedle with two centaur guards, and he's screaming, "What the hell is going on? I've warned people about this!" You've scarpered, and you're now by the door, but you've seen Sneedle's location.
Yeah, does he seem upset about the fire, or has he seen a weasel?
Oh, he seems upset about the fire.
Oh yeah, good. I don't give a fuck about that then.
Okay, so you've got to the door,
Yeah.
and I think we're going to have to pick up what you do next week.
Thank you. Thanks for listening.
The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.